Hey, today, October 13th, 2015, we're doing oral history interviews in Agua Fria village, and today we have Guadalupe Narvaiz, also known as Danny. And so, Danny, when were you born?
May 7th, 1935.
And so you've seen a lot of changes in Agua Fria village from that time.
Oh my God, yes. I was born in a house, adobe house, that was probably 300 years old
Wow.
when I was born in Agua Fria. I wasn't at a hospital or nothing like that.
So the midwives came to
Well,
help?
the doctor came, but my grandmother was a midwife,
What was her name?
Maria Lopez. Mariita, they used to call her Mariita, no? Mariita Lopez. And my grandfather was Felix Lopez. And he used to farm the acreage we have in Agua Fria with a horse and a plow. And at one time when I was little, I lived with him for some time, and I used to drop the corn as he plowed the fields. He was a really wonderful man. He reminded me of the saying about Abraham Lincoln, a man of velvet and steel. That's the way he was. Very religious. Every Sunday you had to go to church. And they used to have, and I don't know if you remember this, but it was a little box, looked like a little cross at the top, and it was called La Sagrada Familia. And they used to take it from family to family. And the only thing I hated about it is for a week we had to pray the rosary every night on our knees, every night for a week. And then we'd take it to somebody else. You know. La Sagrada Familia. Traditional.
Yeah. Do you remember who the celadora was at that time?
I'm not familiar with the name.
It's the lady in charge of it.
I don't remember that. No. No, I don't remember that. I remember they used to tell me to take it to a certain family, and I was the one who would take it.
Ah.
I thought it was a great honor.
Who would you take it to?
Just whoever the family was close to my house.
So it wasn't one designated family every time? Did the family
No,
change?
I think it changed quite a bit. You only had it for a week, and then you had to change it with another person for another week. It was a little bit like when we used to have the, what was it, the fiesta of taking food from one family to the other. Do you remember what that was? For what?
It wasn't for San Isidro?
No, not San Isidro.
Oh, that's before my time then.
But it was, anyway, families would make special foods, pozole, or any of those things, and you would take it from one family to another, and that family would, then other family would take that food to this family. And it was real neat, because I always knew who made the best food that I liked, you know, and I always would, when it came here, I always would get it to myself.
Who made the best food?
Well, I don't know who made the best food, but my aunt Susie Romero, you know Susie Romero, who lived next door, and who had the sala,
Romero's home.
the Romero Sala, where they would have all kinds of festivities there and dances. And the thing about it is, after a dance about 11:30, they would have the yearly fight. They would just, for some reason, they get drunk and they didn't like each other. They have a big old fight, and they used to go all over the sala and fighting, and real exciting. But nobody really got hurt because it was just fist fight. They were half drunk anyway, you know. And the women were carrying on, and they were no peleas, no peleas. Well, that was exciting to me. Man, Susie, she was a wonderful lady.
Gracias, Anita.
They had weddings and they had all kinds of. I was talking to Henry Chavez today about what happened in those days with his family, you know, and we were bringing up all kinds of. Did you ever go to any of the dances?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they was a lot of fun, man. The dances were a lot of fun, but I always look forward to the fights. You know?
And true, almost every time.
Yeah, I would have fights.
Who are some of the people you remember spending time at the sala?
Well, my Aunt Susie was my next door neighbor. She and Rusi was her daughter. And of course, Rusi's other sister, who was the mother of my wife, who passed away when she was Geneva Chavez, a very famous mariachi singer, and I married her. I don't know why she picked me, because she could have picked anybody she wanted, you know. She picked me.
You were married to Genoveva Chavez.
Yes, I was. You know about Genoveva Chavez?
I go to her center frequently.
Well, she wasn't athletic, but she could sing. My gosh.
Can you talk about her? Can you tell some
Oh, yeah,
stories
I
about
can tell.
meeting her and all of that?
Well, she was my next door neighbor. See, and my Aunt Susie was her grandmother, so I thought I was related to her. So all the time, I would ask about her to her mother. Her mother and I were real good friends, and her father too. We were real good friends, and I'd ask where she is now. So finally, it was a wedding of a local kids that got married. I can't remember who it was. But at that time, I was in my 30s, and she was a little younger than I was, and she looked great at that time. You know, she was just beautiful. And I asked her to dance, and I started dancing with her, and pretty soon her cheek got stuck with some kind of glue on mine, and